can't find or don't want to buy your own circle blanks, I'll show you how to make your own. So for the first way, I'm going to show you just using regular hardware store snips. And I've got a piece of 20 gauge aluminum that I've scribed a circle on with Sharpie. And I'll just follow slightly outside of that circle with the snips. The advantage to this is that it's quick, but the problem is that the snips are going to leave kind of a little bit of tool marks on the edge of the circle, and it's tough to get a really exact circle. So you're going to need to do some cleanup on the edge of the metal after you're done cutting it out, which I'll show you in a second here as soon as I finish cutting out the whole circle. Also, as you're cutting, be very careful both of the blank that you're cutting out and then the leftover metal, because it's got burrs from the snips and it can be very sharp. So if you can see on the blank there that it has like a little bit of tool marks and it's not a perfect circle and everything. So what you'll need to do is clean this circle up if you're planning to use it, let's say for metal spinning. You could either do that with a hand file, which I'll have another video that will go through all the details and wonders of filing, or if you feel comfortable, you can set it up on the lathe and trim it to a perfect circle. For the second way to cut out a circle, I'm going to show you using a jeweler's saw. The advantage to this is that it's a lot more precise. The disadvantage is you might not have a jeweler's saw frame or want to invest in it just to cut out circles or something like that. It's also a bit slower, as you'll see, compared to the metal snips. So I'll have another video that'll go through sawing and get all the specifics of it. The jeweler's saw is sort of like a very small coping saw, if you're familiar with that from woodworking. You also need a bench pin or something like this to saw through to support your piece while you're sawing on it. I am going really fast just for the sake of demonstrating. And as you can see, there's not really much tool marks, just a little bit on the edge of the metal. It's not a perfect circle because I was going really fast, but a lot cleaner of a job than those metal snips. The third way I'm going to show you how to make circles is using a bench shear. Again, I've just drawn that circle out on the 20 gauge aluminum with Sharpie, just so I can follow it while I'm shearing. Good and bad things about this is you might have access to a bench shear. It's sort of like giant scissors for metal. There's also different kind of bench shears that cut circles a little bit better. So it's a little tougher with this to follow a curved line, but it does cleanly snip out the circle without some of those tool marks of the regular metal snips. And you just kind of slowly nibble away at it. Again, you want to be really careful of both the blank of metal that you're making and the little bits that you're cutting off, that they have a burr on the edge of the metal and can be really sharp and cut your hands quite easily. But if you just kind of nibble away, you get a pretty decent circle without any distortion or any of those offending tool marks. And again, you can kind of even it out with, take a look there. You can even that out either with hand filing, or if you have access to a belt sander, or even by centering it on the lathe and trimming it down. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can hear from me when I post future videos. Thanks for stopping by.